Hey guys, and welcome to game number 61 out of 100 of my rematch series against the AI-powered Scrabble BestBot. We're currently sitting 6 games back. We've been around 6 games back for a while, so really hoping we get a breakthrough this week and cut it to 4, but we'll see. No vowels, but I do have a Y here. Probably Jim. I would play it here because I have the S. It's got to be worth it over trading. LRSZ is a little constant heavy, but if I can draw a couple vowels, could certainly turn into a good rack. I don't see any longer words I can play. Unfortunately, no E for Zymes. That would be nice to get down. Yeah, I think Jim it is. Still no vowels. All right, 10 tiles, 10 consonants to start off. Not exactly what I was hoping for, but it is what it is. Hopefully the bot gives me some sort of vowel to play through here. Not much. I was going to think about playing Zist, and yeah, the annoying thing is I still can't do anything with my Z here. I could play Lynx, though. Again, that's definitely better than trading. It's still 22 points. RSTZ is a leave that, as long as I can draw, like, even one vowel, I have a decent play, most likely, on my next turn. It's also very defensive, Lynx, which is nice. Like, I like being defensive, in a sense, when I have a bad rack early in the game, because I kind of slow down the game, right? If I blow the board open when I have a bad rack, then my opponent is going to be much better off than me, because they have a rack on average that's probably better than I do if I know I have a bad rack. So keeping it tight just kind of allows me to withstand good racks from my opponent better while I build towards a good rack myself. So I like this. All right, a couple vowels. Finally. Zoster plus an R. So probably going to try to play Res or Zero or something of that nature. Actually, Zoner looks fantastic for 27. But we'll see if that remains an option or even the best option after the bot's next play here. Hard to know. It does not. This should give me something decent. Yeah, I mean, I can play re-zeros. That's 54. I guess that's got to be worth it. I mean, the leave after res is super strong. But on this board also, there's actually very few spots to bingo. Ein doesn't take an S. I guess I could bingo under Jim's, but it's not likely enough. I got to take 54 points here. I mean, there's just no doubt. This has to be the best play. All right, I got a blank. Wotting. W-O-T-T-I-N-G is a word. Might not play here. Town site, also not going to play. It looks like doesn't quite fit. So might not be anything that plays now, but that's all right. I can always play something like toe over here, keep INT blank, and be patient. So we'll see what the bot does, whether it gives me a spot. Oh, I'd love to see that. Love to see that. There's nothing quite like when you're just like waiting to play bingo and then your opponent just gives you a spot to play it for 91. Like, that's gotta be the most satisfying feeling in Scrabble. That takes it for an S, by the way. We want to keep that in mind. Swatting. Pretty good draw here, too. Woodiest with an I. Could just play wood for 32. Although now that I'm already up over 100, we'll see if I want to take that kind of risk. A D in the 5th spot is not super scary, though, as far as triples go, and it is a good leave. All right, well now, I'm certainly not going to be playing wood there. I very well might be playing wood for 27 just to take that out. I almost have rosewood or wood note or something like that, but not quite. Equity-wise, woody is probably a little bit better. It's only 3 less, and EST is much better than OST, but given the score, I would certainly make the equity sacrifice and play here. It's not even that big an equity sacrifice. There's plenty of E's still left. Yeah, there's 7 E's, so I don't mind getting rid of my E too much. I think taking out the O, given I'm going to be up over 100, is prudent. Yeah, this looks fine. I'm doing it. I mean, this is why E's are better than O's, right? If I had kept an E instead of an O, I would have had Isatine. So that is not going to happen here. There are some 8s, like Ostinati. That doesn't work through a T. Iodations through a D-O. That doesn't work, though. I almost have Gymnasia. Wow. That would be pretty cool. If I had another A instead of my 2 I's, that would actually be really cool. There's also Gymkhana, K-H-A-N-A, but pretty far from that. Bot plays bye. So it's probably pretty close to a bingo. I probably just play like a 3. I don't think I want to do this. I don't think it's worth it over Ion. Yeah, 9 more points. I think this is better. Maybe even Iota, honestly, at that point. Yeah, I think Iota. Keep INS. Takes out the easiest bingo line. The bot might not have an S necessarily after buy. It's kind of hard to bingo on this board without an S for swatting. Yeah, this looks like a good play. I don't like fishing so much when I'm ahead. I would much rather take 19 and keep a still solid leave of INS than play OI. If I were down, I could see OI, but for only 8 points, I'd rather take 11 more. Block up the board a little bit more effectively. It's not like INS is a bad leave or anything. It's a little less bingo prone, but it's still very solid. I'm doing this. That's a good draw. I mean, I have quartz for like 80. That's almost game over territory if I get that down. Oh, it's actually exactly 80. Yeah, I mean, is there any merit to playing quips? Probably not, right? I don't know why I would play there. It's 8 less. Quips doesn't really block much. The P is much less of a threat than the swatting hook. Yeah, quartz or quints, actually. Probably quartz because there's 3 R's left and just 1 N. Both take a front S, not that that really matters. Yeah, I mean, R's are actually probably slightly better than N's in a vacuum, but with 3 R's left and 1 N, to me that's enough of a disparity. I would play quartz and keep the N. I think that's fine. It's decent. I should have kept the R. I would have had Plager and Earplug and Grapple. Nah, it's obviously hindsight bias, but it's funny though. Not that any of those words would actually play on this board as it stands. But yeah, things are obviously going very well. We're up by 156 points, it looks like. So just kind of need to keep things under control here, get ready to respond to whatever BestBot is going to open, because I assume at some point BestBot's going to open, unless it wants to just throw in a towel, which it probably doesn't want to just yet. Crumpet, okay, interesting. A little surprised to see that. The C just completely blocks off the top left. Is it hoping I just have nothing to do with this T? I don't have a lot, but I'm absolutely blocking that T. At this kind of score disparity, I'm not going to be greedy here and play something like Gulpy for equity. Absolutely not. I'm absolutely going to block that T, even if I have to play Pa. Like, blocking the T is way more important than keeping a good leave. And at least with this leave, lunge, it's not a great leave by any means, but it's well balanced, it's flexible. I should be able to reasonably block whatever the bot might try to open. Yeah, I think Pa is fine. Again, it's boring, but I gotta block that spot. Absolutely have to. I can withstand a bingo here, and often even 2 bingos, but a triple-triple could still be disaster, especially if it's a high-scoring one. I mean, all triple-triples are high-scoring, but of course, something like Stainers would hurt less than something like Staffing, so not all triple-triples are necessarily created equal. There's a big difference between 131 and 212. So yeah, here probably just going to look to play something like Lug if the bot isn't proactive, maybe Goalie to the Y. But we'll see. This is looking pretty locked up for me at this point, although I don't want to jump to conclusions too soon. Lauer is another nice player. Of course, Lauer, not Lauerer. This is indeed valid. Gives back Ilex or Flex, which is not ideal, but certainly not a huge deal. So we'll see. BestBot taking some time here, probably just trying to think, how on earth can I even give myself a chance to win this game? We'll see what it comes up with. And BestBot plays there. Plays La. Okay. Interesting. Is it trying to bingo with Ilex or something? Maybe I should play... What if I just play, like, Glout? That's pretty good defensively. It's not going to end in an I very easily. Unless that's like an F setup, but I don't know. It doesn't seem that exciting for an F setup. I could also play Unlay, I guess. Gives an N to work with. It's also fine. It's very hard to lose. Actually, Golet maybe. Yeah, let's just play Golet. Completely block Ilex. Yeah, if it bingo's ending in an A, it bingo's ending in an A. Or A and E or something, I can withstand that. Yeah, I think Golet looks like a good play. It also turns over 5 tiles, which is good. Just accelerate the end of the game. Wow, I drew Uranos. I'm drawing very well this game. Yeah, at this point, I don't really see a legitimate path to victory for the bot. I wonder if we're going to see some sort of S setup on the left next to the C. Sometimes with the Cs, you'll see people make plays like CAD, for instance, setting up SCAD or CAT, something like that, because they're very annoying to block without an S. So we could see that kind of forking play. Of course, it turns out I have an S, and I'm just going to eagerly bingo with Uranus for over 80 points if the bot does do that, making ER as well for me. But we'll see. Also, let's keep this AT in mind. Nines could potentially fit there. It's not easy to play a 9 from the AT, but crazier things have certainly happened. So especially when you're playing against a computer with perfect word knowledge, you want to keep those kind of lines in mind as possibilities. I might honestly even just play something like Rinse on my next turn. I know it sounds crazy to blow up the rack, but there are very few spots to bingo anyway. The S is probably not doing me a whole lot of good, although I guess the S is good to keep, and that the bot, like I said, is maybe at some point going to try to open, and it'll be good to have the S to respond to whatever it opens with. So maybe just something like Rue. This is much more sound, yeah. Just play Rude out here. Again, this is assuming the bot doesn't really do anything consequential, but yeah, just play Rude out here, keep a good leaf, take out nines. That looks reasonable. But bot is thinking again for a bit. Let's see what it comes up with. Well, another stroke of luck. Bot plays Finn after thinking for 2.5 minutes, and we get a spot for our bingo. So yeah, this has turned into a bit of a blowout, guys, which I'll certainly take. BestBot's had its fair share of them, and I feel like I've been winning a lot of tough games lately, but not a lot of easy wins, so I'll take it. It'll probably end up being a fairly short video, but that's all right. I know we've had some longer ones, so maybe a nice break for you guys if nothing else. But yeah, I doubt this is going to be a particularly meaty analysis. There just wasn't a whole lot going on here in terms of important plays. But all right, let me see if I can at least get this right. I'm not going to spend 13 minutes, though, I promise. Don't worry. The bot could easily bingo here. 10 EA is also good. Can I just play through this U? And, I mean, if I just play like Juba or something. Keep CHIV, that's not so good. Could potentially bingo with Jubas and 10 EA. Unlikely, but possible. A Jiva, that leaves the T open. I don't really want to do that. Yeah, I kind of have to play vertically if I want to block both 10 EA and the T. I guess Juba's fine. It's pretty unlikely it's going to have something that fits there. And look, if it does, I'll still probably win by 100. All right, I'm just going to do this. I don't want to waste all of our time here. Oh, I got the blank. Okay. I've got 2 Vs now, which is certainly unideal, but that's okay. The bot has AEEFORS. I could see the bot taking a lot of time here, just trying to optimize the endgame. I'm going to pause the video and wait for it to move so we don't have to sit here just waiting for 3 minutes. And the bot plays Sword for 18. Interesting. Huh. I guess it's setting up FE for a lot. Okay. So, I mean, do I play HI? It still can score well it can still score 26 next to Juba. So let's see. 32 for high, 26 for FE for the bot. Gets another 24. That's 50. So I finish minus 18. Okay, minus 18 is not particularly good. But do I do better by playing elsewhere, really? Probably not. Havoc. 21. Bot gets 32 on the bottom. That's minus 11. Minus 21 after it gets another 10. That's slightly worse. Gosh, HI just looks awful. But maybe it is indeed the best play. Yeah, I don't know what else I'm supposed to do. I mean, I don't see anything that's going to be better than Havoc in terms of getting rid of more tiles from my rack. All right. 476, 302. Yeah, not too much to say here, guys. Like I said, just got very lucky. Let's do a quick analysis, see if we missed anything, but pretty routine stuff here. Jim looks good. Bot plays Came. Link's best by a mile. Really glad I saw that. Kind of a tricky play to see. Bot plays Ein here. Yeah, seems reasonable enough. Either Ein or Iron. You could also play it down here. A lot of mediocre choices. This seems good enough. Re-zeros, yeah, it's got to be worth it. It's just too many points. Offer 37 gave me the spot I needed. Yeah, I just kind of kept getting lucky, and that best spot kept giving me the lines I needed. Yeah, I saw Woody here. I'm not playing Wood. Wood, I think, is totally sensible at this score. If it's a tie game, maybe I play Woody, but up over 100, I'm definitely blocking. Bot plays by, yeah, because here there's just nowhere for it to bingo. It's got to try to open. Indeed, I was correct. The bot didn't have an S. I think playing down here has to be the right thing. I'm up. I have the S for swatting, in the situation, which, like I said, is not that rare, and it turns out it did happen when the bot doesn't have the S. This really limits its bingo potential. Yeah, nothing here. Bot is forced to cash in. Quince, yeah, I figured the R's a little better than the N, but like I said, with 3 R's unseen, I'm fine with Quartz. Centrum does not play here for the bot. Goes with Crumpet. I mean, I get opening the T. It just feels like it gets blocked every time, and then you're exhausting the bag and blocking the left here. I don't know. The problem is, where are you bingoing? Yeah, I think you just kind of lose here if you're BestBot, honestly. Yeah, again, I'm not playing Gulpy here at a 130-point advantage. I could have played Lug, I guess, but I'm fine with Gola. It's very defensive. Yeah, the bot was indeed trying to bingo there. Wow, tough draw for the bot. Yeah, I guess I blocked if and flex, though, so that still worked out pretty well. Bot gave me a spot for my bingo. That's basically all there is to say. I could just play jab, but I think I might as well at least make some effort to stop bingos here. Yeah, I was expecting something like safer, but I guess the setup works out a little bit better. Havoc is not actually better, is it really? I think this is just going off of... Yeah, this isn't... this is ignoring the fact, I think, this computation, the fact that I block FE for more. Yeah, I think high is best. Yeah, that's about it, guys, honestly. There's not much else to say. Like I said, I played pretty well, but I also got a lot of good breaks with both drawing and also BestBot happening to give me lines for bingos that I didn't have. So sometimes things go your way, and it's always nice when it does, especially against BestBot. So that's going to be it for this one, guys. This video is just going to be about 17 minutes long. Fairly short one, but fairly easy win for us, which is nice. Thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed it, even though it was a bit of a lopsided game. And hopefully we get another win on Wednesday. Hopefully it's maybe a little bit more interesting, but we'll see. Appreciate the support, guys. Thanks again, and I will see you on Wednesday for game number 62. Bye-bye.